Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Asherah, and welcome to my channel, which is very much researching, studying, investigating, digging deeper into DID, dissociative identity disorder, / psychosis versus conscious expansion. And I'm just standing in front of this statue that I want to show you. So today, I've done one or two things different. I've gone to my granddad's burial site, grave, whatever, and on the way back, Spirit says to me to go and look up a Hindu temple because I tried to find one the other day, but when we got there it was closed. And then anyway, I saw this one and I come here and it's literally around the corner from my house, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like I'm in a different country. But I want to start off with this one first because in some of my earlier videos I talk about me having a spiritual awakening, ascension, but during that spiritual awakening I was initiated with a snake, and the snake was green. And this is back in July 2025. And then when I got to Peru in January 2026, I realized that the snake that I had been initiated with was the grandmother snake of ayahuasca, but it goes far beyond that. My ancestors called it the avocado snake. But the point is, I'm looking at a statue now because I'm learning a lot about Hinduism after visiting Bali and having another spiritual experience, like an outer body experience of where I was Shiva. Now Shiva is one of the most prominent Hindu gods and is a blue guy with several arms. And then getting back to the UK, I've been having spiritual experience of his wife and their son Gunash. So I just thought I'd just come, follow spirit and check it out. So I'm going to turn the camera around. So this is where this is basically, I'm going to show you here, but first of all I want you to show you this 7-headed snake literally just over his head, because that's how I saw the snake when it sat over my head. So I've not seen this statue before, but I thought that was quite interesting. But I'm going to read out of the little pamphlet what this statue is all about basically. So it says that this is Vishnu, the god who preserves the universe, lying on a 7-headed serpent with Brahman, God, as the creator. So this must be Brahman, God, as the creator, and this must be Vishnu with the 7-serpent snake over his head. And as you can see, there's a shrine in front of me. I'm going to go back on the camera so you can kind of just see where I am. So you're not allowed to take the cameras into any of the buildings. There's no photography or anything like that, but you can do some pictures on the outside. So I'm just going to walk around in front of some of the shrines while we talk, okay? Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. So basically I'm waiting on a gentleman to finish a meeting so he can take me around and just talk to me a little bit more about what everything is about, because obviously the first time I came into an awareness of Hinduism was my trip to Bali. But not really actually, because obviously we learn about Hinduism in the UK education system, so you know, part of religious education, Hinduism was there, but we didn't actually learn about Hinduism. We learned more about the Festival of Light. Look at this, how beautiful. In fact, there's two things I want you to see. I want you to see this one over here first. This is a monkey god, and he is really honourable to the main creator god. So I'm just going to read what it had said in here about this guy. Sorry about the camera. Right, so it says this guy is that the guy? Yeah, so basically it says there are shrines for Lakshmi. This bloody wind would stop blowing, I'd be alright. Let me turn it around. In fact, yeah, turn it around. So it says, in fact, we'll just do that. It says that these are shrines for Lakshmi, goddess of wealth and purity, and Hanuman, the monkey-headed devoted servant of God. So that must be Hanuman, the monkey, the servant of God. And then this building here, is really lovely. I've not been inside, so let's have a little walk around. See if there's an entrance. Can't be at the back here because it says coaches. Oh, it is actually. Look at that. Wonder what it looks like when it's open. Really, really big buildings. So I've come here to learn a little bit more and just to basically see how I feel. Before I got here, I went and visited my granddad's grave. My nan's in there now too, actually. So 2 of them are in there since September of last year. How lovely does the sky look? So I was able to kind of just sit down with their ancestors now, aren't they? Sit down with my past ancestors and just feel the energy. I'm not sure what this is, and it doesn't seem to have any markings or anything like that on there. I'm not sure what these are either. They look like tulips at the top. Yeah, so I'm just kind of getting a feel for it, but I do want to learn more about Hinduism. I want to understand what my ancestors are trying to tell me, basically. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot that I resonate with, not as a Hindu, obviously, but there's just parts of the story that just resonate with me and connect with me on a soul level. Like I had an experience where I just felt this unconditional love for Ganesh, like he was my son. Like I was having like an outer body or past life experience, probably more so, as Priha, his mum. So this is what the actual grounds look like. So you've got the actual Balija shrine, you got Ganesh shrine, you got Murugan, you got Shiva, you got Baba, you got Yagashala, and then over here you've got some other stuff, Chariot House, Gatehouse Community Hall, blah blah blah, and the Gandhi Peace Centre. I just tried to go into the Gandhi Peace Centre, which is this building here, number 14, but it was closed. It's only open between 10 and 11. So we're gonna have. They said they do these flower patterns on the floor as worshipping symbols, just blessings. And when you go into the shrines themselves, there's literally fruit, flowers, oil, candles, jewelry. Like these stone little statues are covered and dripping with little diamante crystals. It's quite cute, but you can't take any pictures in there. So that's a shrine there where they have a shrine and you can pray to a particular god. And then just over the way here is another shrine. See them going in, you take your shoes off on the outside. Around the other side are also shrines too. Up the stairs are shrines. Yeah. So every single one of these little buildings is another little deity, god that you can go in and praise. And what I was really nervous about, because I was raised a Christian. I'm not a Christian today. I wouldn't say I am. I would say that I'm very much a part of Christ consciousness, but I wouldn't say that I follow the traditional whatever of Christian. I just what they do. Yeah, I wasn't particularly, I was raised, a hardcore Christian when I was growing up. So I think that's why I have a little bit of an issue going before idols and statues and stuff like that. because obviously that we've been taught the complete opposite of that. But it was just interesting how these stone statues and characters are oh, that's a nice building. It looks like you're not allowed to go there. Yeah, it's just really interesting how their concepts of worshipping stones, worshipping idols, laying flowers, you see that across African traditions too, in terms of African deities, um, in terms of what I see traditional African religions doing. And it bears to wonder, doesn't it, if these religions, like I thought Hinduism was 6,000 years old, but apparently it's 4,000 years of age. So I'm just going to take a seat here, actually, just by reception. Reception quickly. This is off a main road that I drive up and down however many times a week. I never ever thought to turn in and see what it actually looks like, and it's really beautiful and peaceful. But coming back to the point, the Hinduism culture, there's something going on. There's something significant about it. There's something that my ancestors want me to learn and understand, and that's basically why I'm here, to kind of learn and understand what that might be about. And despite the weird looks that I'm getting, to suggest that why am I here? Because I'm definitely not Hindu, and I can clearly see that. But apart from those one or two looks, everything else seems to be going okay. So yeah, um, the idea is to try and get someone that can either walk me around and tell me what's going on, or something that I can kind of come to on a weekly or a fortnightly basis, just to sit with someone to gain a deeper understanding. I've got concerns about the actual language, because obviously I don't speak Hinduism or Hindi or anything like that, but I'm hoping that, because we're in England, a lot of the things have been translated into English or something along those lines. Just as long as it's something that I can follow, or I can use ChatGPT to interpret, I think we're good. But I think that would be really lovely to get a deeper understanding of where this energy, where this vibe comes from. But also, it's really nice and peaceful here. You can actually just sit on the grass and just chill. And because it is a religious place, it's very peaceful. You know what I mean? And it's also very respectful. People are literally walking around barefoot. They're also building up another building, doing some other kind of whatever, and they've got something advertising for August, one of their biggest temples and festivals, sorry. So I'm thinking of coming to that with my daughter and getting dressed up in Asian wear, because we've got a couple of Asian pieces, just to kind of see what it feels like being inside the mix of it. Yeah, interesting. Because a couple of weeks ago, I had some serious downloads and epiphanies, particularly around Ganesh. And I saw him clearing the road. I saw him clearing all obstacles. But then I seen Kali Ma come out and go on absolutely ruthless. Do you know what I mean? And I want to kind of understand different connections between them, different connections between me. Why am I thinking this way? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I jumping between religions? Why are certain interests catching me and cultivating past life experiences into this experience? Like, there just feels like there's just something trying to get my attention right now. And I'm eager to learn, and I'm eager to know what it is. But I don't feel rushed at the same time. Like, I don't feel like there's a desperate urgency. I just feel like there's a peaceful coming to the realization or the awareness that actually it's all of those religions, isn't it? It's all the religions in one. It's not one religion beats the other religion. It's that there's concepts taken from each one. Got my belly rumbling. I'm thinking to myself that it must be time to eat some food now, because I'm hungry. I feel really nice. That's why I'm not talking too much, because actually I can see that they've got some food on them, so there must be food here. They've got some fruit. There's free fruit. You can take as many fruit as you want. They're getting drinks too. Is the food that way? Is the food over that way? See how peaceful it is? That's why I don't want to talk too much. Look at... This says that there was men in India that carved the tiles for the room. Look at that. Each little man. They got a little play area over there for the kids. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you what I'm up to today. A little bit different from being in my room chilling and talking to you. Just to show you that I do leave the house from time to time if I have to. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. So once I kind of know more, or anything that I'm kind of learning about Hinduism and whatever else, I'll share with you as I'm taking this journey. You know. But yeah, that has been something that's playing on me with regards to all of the different idols. Do you know what I mean? All of the different idols. And if this is truly a traditional way of worship. Do you know what I mean? And this is 4,000 years. I thought it was 6. Traditional African religions. I don't have a date on that out my head, but I can definitely Google it. That's not enough time, because we know that we've been on the planet so much longer than 4,000, 6,000 years. So it's going a little bit deeper, and I think that another religion that Spirit wants me to kind of go down is Orthodox, or the Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity. There's a temple too not far from here, so maybe on one of the next ones I'll do a recording of what that temple looks like. Yeah, sorry, because I can see that the light isn't great. Got this bindi smudge on my forehead. Alright, I'm gonna go in now. If anything, if they give me something interesting, I'll do another little video, but if not, we'll call it a day. I might have one more thing to say.